Hello guys, thank you for checking out the new episode of the Devlog. I have been traveling a bit last month. As already mentioned in the last Devlog, I was invited to the MacC in Erfurt with Clio. And it was a super exciting and nice experience. I met a few fellow game developers, which was a great opportunity to chat and compare our development experiences. And of course I was able to present Clio to some new people at the convention. I had a lot of fun and I'm super thankful for the opportunity. And I then took a second trip last month. I spent 5 days alone in a cabin in the woods without internet or mobile phone reception to concentrate fully on writing for a pretty broken adventure. I was a bit nervous, but I can tell you it was an awesome experience. I spent hours every day walking through nature and thinking about dialogues, puzzles and characters. And I spent a lot of time in the cabin, writing, drawing and taking notes. I made a huge amount of progress with a pretty broken adventure in those 5 days. And as a nice side effect, I had a great break from the daily routine and enjoyed nature. As soon as I got back home, I gathered and organized my results and listed them in a puzzle dependency chart. If you would like to know exactly what this is, please take a look at the link in the description. Of course, showing you all of the details of the chart would mean a lot of spoilers, that's why I'm only giving you a very blurred peek into it. But I can tell you one thing. This project is very ambitious and I realized that once again. As things stand, there will be around 60 different backgrounds, which is really quite a lot for a solo project point-and-click adventure in this style. But the good news is I can now really start to design, draw and implement these backgrounds because all the important connections and dependencies between them are now clearly defined. Here are already a few initial sketches of some of the new backgrounds. Again, a bit blurred because I first have to figure out which backgrounds and scenes I can share with you guys without spoiling too much. Another thing I did was to work a bit on the scene setup so that I can now use lights for the composition as well. Here you can see that the character is a bit brighter when he stands under the ceiling light than in a corner of his room, for example. I've also spent the last few days working out a system for implementing and controlling the faces and facial expressions of the playable characters. And I really hope that the plan will work out because it took me a while to come up with it. So this month I will finally give the characters their faces so that they can talk, look around and change their expression. And I still have to take care of the inventory system, saving and loading and implementing audio. And I will tackle all of that in the next few weeks while still working in parallel on some new background drafts. I'm sure the game will really come to life in the next 2 to 3 months and I'm really looking forward to share this with you guys. As always, please don't forget to wishlist A Pretty Broken Adventure on Steam and see you next month everybody. Thank you.